My parents didn't come to my PhD graduation. They went to my sister's gender reveal instead. 10 years of work, hundreds of sleepless nights, a dissertation that took 3 years to write. And they chose pink or blue balloons. I told myself it was fine, that I was independent, that I didn't need their validation. Then 3 weeks later, my dad called. He said they needed to talk about something important. Family business. I thought maybe they wanted to apologize. I was wrong. They asked me to co-sign a mortgage. $500,000. Want to guess what I said? Before we get there, I need you to do something for me. Drop your time zone in the comments. I want to know who's listening to this at 2 in the morning. And hit that subscribe button, because this story gets so much worse before it gets better. I had the receipts. All of them. Let me take you back to where this pattern really started. My sister Leah is 3 years younger than me. Growing up, she was the golden child. I don't mean that in a petty way. I mean it literally. When Leah got accepted to college, my parents threw a catered brunch for 20 people. When I defended my master's thesis, I got a text. Congrats. Knew you could do it. Leah got her rent paid through her 20s. I worked 3 side jobs to cover mine. When she got engaged, there was a surprise party with a videographer. When I published my first research paper, my mom said, "That's nice, honey," and changed the subject. I learned early that I was the independent one, the one who didn't need help. It wasn't a compliment. It was a category. I put myself through undergrad, then a master's program, then a PhD in biochemistry. I lived on ramen and hope. I was a teaching assistant for 4 years. I took on student debt I'm still paying off. My parents came to Leah's events. Every single one. Engagement party, bridal shower, baby shower, gender reveal for her first kid, and now gender reveal for her second. For me, there was always a conflict. I invited them to my PhD graduation 8 months in advance. They said yes. They confirmed twice. 72 hours before the ceremony, my mom called. Leah moved her gender reveal to the same weekend. We can't miss it. You understand. I'm a researcher. I document everything: emails, text threads, phone logs, bank transfers. It's reflex. I still have that email thread. 23 messages. I thought that no-show was the lowest it could go. I was very, very wrong. 3 weeks after my graduation, my dad invited me to dinner. Just family, he said. We want to catch up. I should have known better. When I arrived, Leah and her husband were already there. We made small talk. They asked about my postdoc applications. I kept it short. Then, halfway through dessert, my dad slid a folder across the table. We need to talk about something, he said. Inside was a mortgage pre-approval letter and an application. My name was already typed in. The only thing missing was my signature. We found a house, my mom said. It's perfect. But our credit isn't quite enough to qualify on our own. My dad leaned forward. You've got the income. The credit score? It's just a signature. I stared at the paper. $500,000. You want me to co-sign your mortgage? It's a family investment, my mom said. We've supported you your whole life. This is what family does. I felt my throat tighten. Leah chimed in from across the table. We all make sacrifices. That's what it means to be a family. I looked at her. She didn't even blink. I told them I needed time to think. My dad's jaw clenched. The sellers won't wait forever, he said. We need an answer by Friday. I took the folder. I walked out. My hands were shaking the whole drive home. I called my mentor the next morning. Dr. Patel had been through tenure, divorce, and a lawsuit. If anyone could give me a straight answer, it was her. Do not sign that, she said. Co-signing makes you legally liable. If they default, the bank comes after you. Your credit, your future, everything. I felt sick. I called my parents that night. I can't co-sign, I said. I'm sorry. It's too much risk. The line went silent. Then my dad exploded. After everything we've done for you, we raised you. We fed you. We put a roof over your head. And this is how you repay us? My mom added. I tried to explain. They wouldn't listen. My dad hung up on me. 10 minutes later, my phone lit up. A group text. To the entire extended family. It was from Leah. Some people forget what family means. Praying for those who put money over love. Within an hour, my phone was flooded. Aunts, uncles, cousins. Half of them were kind. The other half called me selfish. I sat on my kitchen floor and wondered if I was the problem. Maybe I was selfish. Maybe I owed them this. But then I remembered something Dr. Patel said. Pull your credit report, just to be safe. So I did. What I found made my blood run cold. There were 2 hard inquiries on my credit report, both from the last month, both for loan applications I never made. I traced one of them. It came from my parents' bank. They had already tried to use my information, without asking. I sat there staring at the screen. Then I did something I should have done years ago. I pulled up my bank records, all of them. Going back 6 years, I made a spreadsheet. Every transfer to my parents, every loan they promised to pay back. Car repair, medical bills, Leah's wedding photographer, a vacation they said they'd reimburse me for. $40,000. Not 1 cent ever came back. Every time they said it was temporary. Every time I believed them. I wasn't the golden child. I was the ATM, and now they wanted me to co-sign a mortgage I couldn't afford to cover if they defaulted. Which, based on 6 years of history, they would. I made a new folder on my desktop. I labeled it Evidence. I started saving everything: emails, texts, screenshots, bank statements. I didn't know what I was going to do yet, but I knew I needed proof, because this wasn't going to end with a polite no. And that's when I started digging deeper. My mom showed up at my apartment 2 days later. I didn't let her in. We stood in the hallway. She was crying. Please, she said. We're going to lose this house. We'll have nowhere to go. You have a house right now, I said. It's not enough, she said. We need this. You have no idea what we're going through. I told her I couldn't help. She looked at me like I'd slapped her. I didn't raise you to be this cold. Then she left. That night, my dad sent me an email. The subject line was Legal Obligations of Family Support. Inside was 3 paragraphs of vague threats about consulting a lawyer. None of it made sense. There was no legal obligation. It was a bluff. But it worked. I didn't sleep that night. Leah took to Instagram the next day. Some people forget where they came from, she posted with a broken heart emoji. The comments filled up fast. People I hadn't spoken to in years were weighing in. My coworker mentioned it to me at lunch. Hey, is everything okay? I saw something online. I felt my face go hot. This wasn't just family drama anymore. It was public. And it was affecting my professional life. Friday came. I didn't sign. I didn't even respond. And then, on Saturday morning, I got an email from the mortgage lender. The subject line? Fraud alert. Action required. My stomach dropped. The email was from the lender's fraud department. We received a cosigner application under your name and social security number. Please confirm whether you submitted this application. I read it 3 times. They had submitted the application with my name, my social security number, and they forged my signature. The lender flagged it because the signature didn't match the one they had on file from a previous inquiry. They called me to verify. I told them I did not authorize it. The application was canceled immediately. The lender told me to file a police report. I hung up. My hands were shaking. I logged into my credit monitoring account. And that's when I found the second thing, a joint credit card. Opened 4 months ago. My name was on it. I never applied for it. There were charges. Small ones, gas. Groceries. Spread out over weeks. They were building a credit history. In my name. To make the cosign look legitimate. This wasn't a desperate ask. This was premeditated. They didn't ask me to cosign because they needed my help. They asked me to cover up what they'd already done. I sat in my apartment, alone, staring at the screen. I had 2 choices. Let it go or protect myself. I chose option 3. I hired an attorney, not to sue, just to consult. Her name was Ms. Brennan. She specialized in financial fraud and family law. I showed her everything. She didn't look surprised. Let me pull some public records, she said. 2 days later, she called me back. Your parents are insolvent. She sent me a report. $78,000 in credit card debt. 2 car loans at 19% interest. And a lien on their current home. They were 3 months from foreclosure. They were going to use your credit to escape, Ms. Brennan said. Buy a new property they can't afford and leave the old debt behind. I felt numb. Then she told me something else. I looked into your sister's household, too. Your brother-in-law lost his job 4 months ago. I checked his LinkedIn. She was right. the gender reveal. The Instagram posts, the perfect family image. All of it was funded on credit they couldn't pay back. Leah wasn't the golden child. She was just as trapped as they were. And I was the exit strategy, the one with good credit. Stable income, no dependents. I wasn't their daughter in that moment. I was a financial tool. Ms. Brennan looked at me across the desk. What do you want to do? I didn't hesitate. I want to protect myself. Now I knew exactly what I had to do. I took 3 steps. Step 1. I froze my credit with all 3 bureaus. Equifax, Experian, TransUnion. No one could open anything in my name again. Then I filed an identity theft report with the Federal Trade Commission. I had a case number within an hour. Step 2. Ms. Brennan drafted a cease and desist letter. It was short, professional, and very clear. No further contact except through legal counsel. Remove me from the joint credit card within 10 business days. Any further use of my personal information will result in criminal charges. We sent it certified mail. To both my parents and Leah. Step 3. I made a binder, every email, every text, every bank transfer, the credit report, the fraud alert from the lender. I organized it by date. I labeled every page. If this went to court, I was ready. I also called my HR department. I told them there might be family members showing up at my workplace. I gave them names. I asked them to alert security. They took it seriously. I didn't yell. I didn't post on social media. I didn't send angry texts. I just acted, quietly, methodically, with evidence. I gave them 10 business days to comply. They gave me a full-scale meltdown, day 6. My parents ignored the cease and desist. They showed up at my workplace. I was in a meeting. Security called my desk. There are 2 people in the lobby asking for you. They're escalating. I told them I'd requested no contact. Security handled it. My mom was crying. My dad was shouting. They escorted them out. I filed a police report that afternoon. Not to press charges. Just to document it, Ms. Brennan called me that night. We're scheduling a mediated meeting. Virtual, recorded. My office will host. My parents hired a lawyer? A cheap one. The meeting happened 3 days later. I didn't say a word. I let Ms. Brennan do all the talking. She opened with a simple statement. My client has been the victim of identity theft and financial fraud. We are here to resolve this without criminal prosecution. If you cooperate. Then she shared her screen. First image. My credit report. 2 unauthorized inquiries highlighted. These inquiries were made without consent. Second image. The forged mortgage application. This application contains a falsified signature. The lender has confirmed fraud. Third image. The joint credit card statement. This account was opened without my client's knowledge or consent. 4 months of charges. Fourth image. My bank transfer history. $40,000 in loans. $0 repaid. My parents' lawyer looked at the screen. Then at them. He leaned back. I'm going to advise my clients to comply with your requests. Ms. Brennan slid a document into the shared screen. Sign this affidavit. It states that you will remove my client from all accounts, that no debt is owed by my client, and that you agree to a no-contact clause for 12 months. My dad's face was red. My mom was silent. Their lawyer nodded at them. They signed. 2 days later, I got confirmation from the credit card company. Account closed. My name removed. Balance transferred entirely to my parents. Ms. Brennan sent me a final email. This concludes our business. You're clear. I sat at my desk. It was over. And I was free. I didn't hear from my parents after that. I heard about them. Through cousins. Through family gossip. The mortgage fell through. Obviously. They moved into a rental apartment. 2 bedrooms. Across town. 6 months later, they filed for bankruptcy. I didn't gloat. I didn't post about it. I just let it go. Leah sent me one final text. I hope you're happy. You destroyed this family. I didn't reply. I blocked her number. Some of my extended family reached out privately. My cousin Maya, my aunt on my mom's side. They asked for my side of the story. I told them, calmly, with receipts. A few of them apologized. A few of them stayed in my life. The others, I let them go. I'm not angry about it. You can't force people to see what they don't want to see. But I also learned something important. You don't owe anyone your financial future. Not even family. I started therapy 2 months after everything settled. Not because I was broken, because I wanted to process it. I talked about the golden child dynamic, the parentification, the pattern of using me as a resource instead of seeing me as a person. It helped. I also started building a new kind of family. My mentor, Dr. Patel, my friends from the lab, people who saw me, who celebrated my work, who didn't need anything from me except honesty. 6 months later, I accepted a postdoc offer at a research institute I dreamed of working at. I signed the contract in a coffee shop, alone, smiling. A year after that, I saved enough for a down payment on my own place. A small condo. Nothing fancy, but it was mine. No cosigners. No joint accounts. No one else's debt attached to my name. I closed on it last month. My friends threw me a housewarming party. We ate takeout on the floor and painted one wall teal. It was perfect. I don't talk to my parents anymore. Maybe one day I will. Maybe I won't. But I'm not waiting for an apology to move forward. I protected myself. I set boundaries, and I rebuilt. That's not revenge. That's survival. Here's what I learned. You can't set yourself on fire to keep someone else warm, not even if they're family. So let me ask you something. Have you ever had to choose between family loyalty and self-protection? What did you do? Tell me in the comments. I read every single one. And if this story helped you see your own situation a little more clearly, hit that subscribe button. You're not alone. And you're not wrong for having boundaries. One last thing. This story is a fictionalized dramatization based on real experiences. It is not legal or financial advice. If you're facing identity theft or financial abuse, please consult a licensed attorney or financial counselor in your area. Thank you for listening. And remember, your peace is worth protecting.